What is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 348. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
Sup, people? How's it going?
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero.
Yo, yo, yo.
Adam Vale.
What up?
And Brian Manjoma.
What a week. What a week.
It's been crazy, man. So, we're going to spring a surprise on all our listeners right now.
Yummy.
No
This is the last show.
Yeah,
Peace.
no, it's not the last. Yeah, right? Oh, you've ruined the surprise. No, no video game news now. We're just talking about OnlyFans for the next 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Carlos, you kind of ruined my joke before this show started. Like, God damn it, that's what I was
Oh,
gonna say.
really? I
Yeah.
didn't know. Well, I have a joke, but it's not suitable for.
Oh, you better
the
chill,
airwaves.
you know. But I'm not.
Remind me
we're
of the book,
not-
though.
obviously, we're not going to get into it because that's not our field of expertise. But I'm going to say, to me, like banning sex from OnlyFans is like banning gaming from Twitch. Like that's what people go there for. You know?
Wait. So I thought that you couldn't have sex on that only thing.
No,
Thought it was just
it's
showing
not
nudity.
Yeah, but they're apparently going to ban that stuff.
Why?
Yeah, like. Yeah,
Pero
I don't know.
why?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there you go. I mean, was there
Apparently,
did somebody complain?
I'll send the link to you guys. But apparently, all that shit was illegal. They just let the people just get away with it, you know. And they're trying to go more legitimate, so now they're trying to back away from that stuff. But just
It sounds like the Tumblr thing.
yeah, well, that exactly. That's
It sounds
exactly what it
exactly
is,
like
yeah.
the Tumblr thing, where essentially they were just leaving the door open and just leaving it to everybody's discretion as to what they would be searching through there. And as soon as they wanted to go public, and then they realized, oh shit, we got a lot of skeletons in our closet. All right, throw it all out.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have been saying that. This is basically the Tumblr situation, you know. So
Is Tumblr still around? Is that
yeah,
still
they're
a
still
thing?
around,
I
but
see the
you know,
button.
yeah, they're still around.
It's still around, but it's not what it used to be, because again, they weren't really policing anything on there, so there was just a lot of shit that was on there.
Yeah. So
So
that's
what
what, yeah,
happens?
that's what's apparently has been going on with OnlyFans. They just let people do stuff, you know, and then apparently they were supposed to issue like 3 warnings to people who were like in violation, but the people who had like the biggest amount of viewers or whatever, they fell under a separate thing. You know, it was just convoluted, you know.
Yeah,
but
because you know what it is because
money.
they're making the money, so they got a little special thing like
Exactly.
maybe you want to calm that down, but keep making us some money.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
what were they? What caused? Something must have caused. What happened?
They're trying to go public. They're trying to go public, so they're trying to
Oh,
clean
that
up.
was it. So there was no incident.
What?
No,
Yeah.
there was no incident. It's just like, you know, they know they're going to go public, so like, let's just clean this shit up now.
Yeah,
you know.
you got to clean it up because you don't know if you have any like sexual assault or any type
Yeah.
of those videos on there, right? They don't know, but those fall under that's illegal. So they have to blow it away now, right?
You remember when YouTube was independently owned before it got sold
Yeah.
to Google? It was like
Yeah.
that. It was like you find all kinds of shit that you would usually
Oh,
see
yeah.
on break.com and shit. It was some fucked up stuff.
Yeah, ogreish and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, people will
Yeah.
do wild shit, man, if they're not regulated. Remember when PS4 first came out with the camera? Motherfuckers were making
Oh my
pornos
God,
on there.
porn. They
you
were
know?
Oh,
doing
yeah.
live streams.
right.
Live streams.
Yep.
They were live streaming porn. It was crazy, you know.
It's like me and my wife.
Me and my
in the
wife.
corner. Let's see if this camera works. Shit, I still, well, not now, but I remember playing on
Oh, whoa.
on the 360. With the camera, when we first got the camera, I'm like, oh, this is cool. And I have my headset, I'm talking, people playing games. Out of all games, I'm freaking playing Uno. I remember it was Saturday night, I'm playing Uno, and it's 4 people. So I'm playing, and one guy's like, he was like, we're all adults here, right? And it's like, yeah, I guess so. Playing, and then all of a sudden, because he had his camera, he turns it around and he put it to the computer monitor. It's just porn. I figured we'd be a little entertained. I was like, oh my god, it didn't seem right. It's like 4 dudes playing Uno,
Yeah.
and we've got this one guy live streaming some fucking porn that he's watched. And I was like, it was very awkward.
We're all adults here. You know
Yeah.
some bad's gonna happen.
Uh,
Get that
I
I mean,
question.
I thought it was gonna be like he showed his wiener or something.
No, yeah, but it was.
Hey, you know, we're all adults here, right?
But that's
I ain't
but
afraid.
I'm telling you, but then also think about it, it's like I don't think ever in my life I ever called some buddies over and said, "Yo, you want to have some beers and just watch some porn together?"
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah, to chill. It's fucking. That's ugh. Anyway, man, let's get into some gaming news, man. Crazy, man. Right, first up, Adam, man, Call of
Oh
Duty.
shit. Yeah,
What they
Call
doing?
of Duty Vanguard returning to
Vanguard.
World War II.
World War II. We have run out of wars,
We
so
run
we just
out,
keep going
man.
back.
We don't want to
Well,
do Vietnam. You know, we
I
don't
mean,
get.
they tried it.
I
They
mean-
tried the Vietnam. It was so. You know,
I mean, they can't do a 30-year war on terror. It's
Yeah.
just, the war's never going to end.
Yeah, it's
Or
never
the
gonna.
yeah.
We
Oh,
tried the
shit.
space war. We tried the space war. That was whack. So I mean, it's gonna work. I'm into it. The best out of all all the Call of Duties within the franchise, my top two, World War II is one of them, and then of course the Call of Duty 2 that was there. But World War II was awesome. I loved it. They did a great job with that. So I'm okay with them going back to it's just telling a different story within that time period. That's fine. Right now, that Vanguard thing, that's the big confusion that I saw online. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm playing it. How are you playing it? What are you going? Because there's some people that are just casual. They don't really follow it. They know it's coming, but they didn't understand that there's also this thing with this train and that everybody gets to flood in and attack it like Ready Player One type of situation. We're all working together, and I'm looking forward, hopefully later tonight. I know there's different windows, and when you can jump in, they were like, oh, you got to sit in the queue for a while. Don't log out, and then you can get in the next batch. So it sounds fun. Sounds fun. So I'm excited. I'm excited to play because if you play Warzone, there's a train that goes around, and it's always going around. You can attack and do whatever. It doesn't stop. But today it was crashed underneath a building in a tunnel. I was like, oh shit. Okay, so something's gonna happen. But then we already knew. 2 weeks ago, they did sent out some promotional material just saying this date. Get ready for the 19th. Something's gonna happen. Vanguard. And I was like, oh, we're gonna find out about the pre-orders and stuff. But that's also dealing with this whole connection with this train and stuff. So I'm excited. I mean, they did one shady shit, and this is something they always do. And we saw a lot of this going around with the battlefield, which they didn't do, but a lot of people thought they did, is that they're tying the beta to it. So if you want to play the beta, you have to pre-order the game. And that sort of defeats the point. A lot of people are like, well, shouldn't I? It's a beta. We want to test it out, help you. We're helping you by doing this. We're putting the strain on the servers and all stuff. But no, they want money up front to play that shit. And so that sucks because that's not what happened with Battlefield. A lot of people thought, oh, EA's doing that with Battlefield. No. They were picking people, select groups, and then you would get a window, and then you can get in. Of course, this window, at least for the consoles, didn't happen because of whatever technical issues. But at least it was free. I hate that they do this where it's like, oh, if you want to play this beta, you gotta pre-order the game. It sucks, especially when you think of like PlayStation, for example. They don't. If you pre-order and you play the beta, and let's say this game fucking garbage. I don't want this. You can't. They won't give you a refund. You pre-ordered. You're done. You're locked in. You're gonna have to call them and bitch.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick, shout out to PigDan20 for giving us some bits. Appreciate that. And also, shout out to Keyshack for subscribing.
Yeah.
Thank you. There
Good
you go.
stuff, man.
Yeah. So I mean, it's Call of Duty. They showed us some of the campaign, and we got some information regarding the multiplayer. There's going to be like 20 maps available at launch, which is awesome. That's a huge amount of maps to play. And it's just the big question, and with all of this, is we know Warzone is still going to be a thing, but is that going to be separate? Because there's been a lot of scuttlebutt and a lot of rumors going around that Warzone is going to be its own thing and it's going to be free. It's because they're making all their money from the battle passes and stuff. Yo, what's up?
Is it true that because I've been out of the loop in Call of Duty for a while. I heard that all of the developers, like all the Activision devs that work on Call of Duty, worked on this one.
They all worked on this one. Yeah, and that came from the email. In the email, they showed everybody was linked on this. So it's like an all hands on deck.
So is Sledgehammer like the main one?
Yeah, it's this is their one because they have their cycles. You know, you have Raven and you have all and Infinity Ward, and that's how we get the cycles. So every time there's another one, it's from another group. But this one was all hands on deck. So yeah, all the studios were involved, which is huge. Because it was like, all right, well, this is going to bring the best then, right? If you're getting everybody together, you're forming Voltron, right? This better be badass, and there's got to be more to it than just another World War II. Because that's what everyone.
I was going to ask you, like, what makes this different than the other World War II games?
That's the big concern that everybody was having when we first heard about it. Because like, they're just going to reuse textures, just like we get all the remaps, and they keep recycling. That's why they're going back. There's going to be one of those brush off one of those brush off years. They couldn't think of anything creative, so they just go back to World War II. But when you see all these teams that are working on it, it's like, no, I think there's a lot more under the hood that we don't know. And we're going to find out.
Yeah.
And also, and a large majority has to do probably with Warzone, because that is their big moneymaker right there.
Yeah.
A lot of people jump in there. You got the season 5, I think, was it, that just launched, and it's got a bunch of goodies, and you can buy into it or just farm for all the stuff. That's the incentive. That's why people like to do it. Like, yeah, I could buy, but I could farm. You just got to dedicate the time. But it's working for them. Obviously, a large majority of people are just paying, or else they wouldn't be doing it. So it's working in their favor. So the big question now is, with all these teams working on it, are they all just working on the new title itself, or are they all working on that and the new version of Warzone and how that's going to work out? If it's going to be together, if it's going to be a standalone, I don't know. But it's definitely interesting, and it looks fine. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we just quick shout out to Flint's for subscribing. Appreciate that.
There you go. Yeah. Thanks. See, that means these people like Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Yo, by the way, this is why I remember I said this a while ago. I'm like, this is one of the reasons I love having like Adam on, because Call of Duty would always happen, and then on Throwdown we'd have to talk about it because of Call of Duty, but none of us care about it. Adam's here; he loves Call of Duty, so it's perfect.
I love it. It's fun. I like this. The stories, the campaigns are very immersive. They pull you in.
Apparently, this one's going to be like really like in depth, like the story.
If only he came with a bodysuit, and I would be like 100%. I put that
with
vest
senses.
on, and then just like when we're parachuting down, they show that one scene when the guy's parachuting and his bodies and everybody's flying. Just feel like little vibrations. That'd be dope.
I remember
Marky Mark, man.
There we go. Like,
I remember it was like a few years ago. I think Adam called me or texted me. He's like, "Yo, man, this has been bothering me forever, man. I can't fucking beat this level." You know the level I'm talking about?
Which one?
The one with the turrets and the planes.
Oh yes, that was actually World War II. That was World War II. So it didn't seem like it was a difficult part. It was like, all right, hey, get on the ATF, the anti-aircraft machine gun, right? Get on that and just shoot all the planes that are flying over. No problem. For some reason, I was always missing one. It was like mission failed. So then they come at different speeds. That's pretty much what it is. It's like a weird duck hunt type situation.
No, it
was literally that. It was literally a duck hunt.
Wow.
No, but it's like the planes that come slow and then they'll pop up fast, and some of them will just jet across. Sometimes there'll be one, and there'll be two, and there'll be two on one side and another two on the other. You know what I mean? That type of shit. And you're just like aiming at the sky. And I just kept fucking up. It just pissed me off. I don't know, it took like 2 or 3 days I was stuck on this shit. And then eventually I passed it, but I'm like, damn, it should not have been that hard. I flew through the rest of that game, but that one part that you're talking about, that was like in mission 2.
Wow.
That really set me back, and it pissed me off. But I think I know what happened is that it was a cloudy sky, and because it was so bright, and the little people, the little planes were just up there, I couldn't really tell. I guess I was having issues. My vision sucks as it is, and I was always having issues missing one or two at a time. So, but I mean, eventually I passed it. I finished that one. I finished all the Call of Duties. I love all the campaigns. I play them. I know a lot of people don't play the campaigns. They just jump into multiplayer, but I don't see the point in doing that because multiplayer is the same pretty much in all of them. Yes, the maps are different, but you still got kill confirmed and, seek and destroy and all those. The modes are all the same. But the campaign throws all the different variables at you. Like the latest one, Cold War, had multiple endings. I didn't even get all the good endings. I got some fucked up endings. Always bad shit happened in my endings. But that was a cool take on it. You had different dialogue choices, and it was cool. And it's a story. You feel like you're a spy. You're in the military or whatever. It would always throw you in different scenes. So it's fun. And it's not that long, 60 hours, but who wants to spend 20, 30 hours just being a super soldier? It's like, oh, fuck, man. It's taking forever. So I look forward to that. And I'm glad that this is coming back, and then we have another campaign. I don't think we'll ever get another Call of Duty without one. After what happened during that last, the Black Ops, that didn't have a campaign. And we know they may try to butter it up, making it seem like, oh, this was the strategy. We're going to have zombie, multiplayer, and Warzone. No. They had issues in development with the campaign. There was things, and it wasn't coming together well. So they're like, we have to scrap it. So they just cut it. But they've never done that again. Yeah.
I think this iteration of Call of Duty is going to last more than a year. I mean, They can't.
Well, it's the Warzone. Like that. That's there you go. That was one of the things that everyone kept saying with all hands on deck. If you got all these studios working on something, you're working on something big. So
Mhm.
this has to be what the plan is, and that's what we were all thinking is, and that they've sort of hinted that they're going to make a Warzone that is going to be free to play. It's always going to be going. It's going to constantly be growing in size, because that's the thing with this one. This one has added all different maps, all different locations. I mean, you parachute one area, you're now in a Cold War. You parachute another one, you're in Modern Warfare. I mean, it's massive. So they're going to keep building on it, and it's just going to be its own thing. So that's what we're thinking now. Is it going to be attached to the game? If you played, who else here plays Call of Duty or played any of the recent ones? The only reason why I asked is because when you go
I
into the
played
menu
Modern
system,
Warfare, the recent one. I reviewed that.
all right. So then
Yeah.
didn't even worry about if you played it. But you remember when you go into the menu, you see the blades.
Yeah.
Of sections. You got the multiplayer and you got Warzone. It's there. So the same thing happened in Cold War, but when you clicked on it, it opened up the same one that you had before.
Interesting.
It wasn't a separate one. It was still there. It was just more like they created a link.
Yeah.
To have it in there. So is that going to be in all of them? Probably. But the plan that I think they have, and everyone kept saying, it's like it's going to be a big project, and then for them to release this email showing all the teams are working on, it's like, yeah, this has to be it. This is it. All hands on deck. Make this massive world. They've all worked on different parts of it, so it only makes sense that they all work together when it comes to combining it. And it's like, here we go. Open it to all. Now, is it going to be free to play? A lot of people think that's the whole point of this. We see other services that have come out and done very well in that model, and they're making a ton of money. So we'll see. We'll see. But I have a feeling that's what we're going to get, and that'll be the big deciding factor for people that jump on this opposed to the Battlefield. Little spoiler, a boy, the editor-in-chief over at the Coalition, Richard Billy Jr.,
Oh,
he got
yes.
to play, and he called it whack. The Battlefield
Oh.
to do it. He was like, he called it, quote, overhyped. Overhyped, same shit.
Damn. That's
Oh.
controversial.
Yeah, that's he always
Controversial
says
indeed.
he always says he got some controversial stuff. Well, there you go. He got that. So I was like, all right. I mean, I had my time slot for Saturday on the PS5, and then that shit was canceled. They sent me the message. I sent you guys in the text. They were like, oh, sorry, we had technical issues, so you can't even jump in this shit.
Yeah.
So
He played on Xbox, right, Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the Xbox and PC were still able to play it. I know Danny, Gamertag Radio, he played it. He liked it. He thought it was good. But anyway, yeah, so Call of Duty. So November 5th, this game's coming out on all
November 5th.
platforms. Not the Switch, obviously, but it's coming out. So it's a cross-gen game.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's going to have
Cross-gen.
cross-play, too, right? Didn't the
Yeah,
last one?
cross-play, same thing, cross-play, and you pre-order it on the 5th, and they got multiple tiers just like usual. And hey, if you're like, I mean, I don't know if the PC version deals with the beta, or meaning we just discussed on the PlayStation. If you pre-order it, you're stuck, right? That's how it works. They don't give you a refund. But I don't know if Steam or Microsoft is like that. So if you want,
Steam
to get
does
more,
after a few hours, I believe.
it's a few hours, but I mean for the beta.
Oh, I don't.
You know what
I
I mean?
have no
Like
idea.
that's the thing. Like let's say if I pre-order, right? If you pre-order it, just one of the perks is you get into the beta. Can you play the beta and then still cancel if you don't like the game?
Oh, I have no idea.
Because you're technically not playing the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not the game. It's the beta. If that's the case, or the same on the Xbox. But if you're interested, look into those two. And if you have those platforms, you have a PC or an Xbox, and it might be worth jumping in just to try it out to see if it's any good. It's pretty much just going to be the multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
But
All right.
yeah,
Good stuff,
I'm
man.
excited. Yeah,
Yeah.
they come with some. The only issue that a lot of people have, and myself included with this, is just that with World War II, I love the time period, I love history and all that, but the weapons are limited. There's only so many type of weapons they had back in the 40s, and that was the issue even with the multiplayer. So I don't know how they're going to try to spice it up unless they try to say, "Oh, we found this chest of experimental weapons," and they put out like an automatic AK or whatever it is. Yeah, who knows? But either way, they do very well. And sales wise, there's a lot of people that are interested in that time period, or else they wouldn't go back. That's the other thing a lot of people need to consider. It's like World War II, that one was one of the biggest sellers.
Yeah.
People just like history. They like to know that it's not all BS running gun. They like to know, wow, that was a real location. Maybe the story's not real, but that's a real town in France I was playing. They did a great job of making it look like I was there, just like with the Normandy and all of that when they did with the World War II.
Yeah.
People jump into it. So,
There you go, man. What's the other thing? Did you like World at War? The one that came out after Modern Warfare?
yeah, the World
That was
at
pretty
War.
good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That's the one that they jumped off all over different locations and went over, and then in Washington.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
stuff.
That's
That
the one with
was
Kiefer
very-
Sutherland, right? Like, I think he was in that.
That's the one. That's the one that was like really cold and like you can kill people from the back. I remember like do those stealth kills. Wasn't that one?
Well, the Modern Warfare introduced those cool stealth kills. So I don't know if it was before or after that one, but because Modern Warfare was the one that was doing with the no Russian or no what? Remember where you can kill everybody in
Yeah, that's Modern
in an
Warfare. Yeah.
airport? Yeah, it was Modern Warfare, and you can skip it, and that was like the first real like, whoa, what's going on with Call of Duty? You're getting edgy now. This is crazy. So, but that World at War was fun. I don't know if they're going to go back to it, but it's funny that you bring that up. That's right, because for the multiplayer, the maps, the 20 maps, they said are going to be all over the place, not just in one location. So, yeah, you could have that type of situation, but in multiplayer. You could probably be
cool.
playing in a Moscow like you have, or you could be playing in another part of the U.S., or maybe you can go to Vietnam if they decide to go that. Because that was interesting when they did do that, and you were going through the tunnels, and you had your flamethrower, and you were burning people out.
Oh, shit. Yeah, man. I wonder if they're really going to do Korean War, Because they would have more advanced weapons, but not crazy advanced, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's before Vietnam, Because I don't think a lot of people want to play Vietnam for obvious reasons,
Yeah,
No.
yeah. There was a third party game. It was they say third party, but there was just another FPS developer that was trying to go into this world of trying to make it like Call of Duty, but they were doing with the Civil War. And I always remember playing because I was like, I gotta play this. I gotta play. You know how long it took to load a musket? That was a pain in the ass. It was like. It sucked to the point that I was like, I can't use a musket. I took out my knife, and I would just run around and start stabbing everybody. I was like, this is not. There's just too many heads because it was sort of like a Call of Duty. The whole thing, they were all rushing you, and they were trying to do the lineups, Yeah, and it's like, all right, this is trying to stick to that old combat style that the British had then. I was like, I can't do it. I had no patience for it. So they can't go that far back. And there was a talk years ago that they were going to do like a Knights version, a medieval, and they were showing the shield and the sword and all that stuff. But that never really materialized. Yeah,
like the furthest they could go back, it seems like it's World War I. That's about as far back as you can go. But even those weapons are, pretty archaic.
I don't even really think they did anything in that time period. It was Battlefield that did.
Yeah, Call of Duty didn't, but like I'm just talking about in general video games.
Did with the mustard gas and poison stuff. That it was pretty dark.
Yeah, they did that. So this year Call of Duty and Battlefield are going to go at it. So should be in. So
already if you think about if someone was to look at quality. It's just quality, meaning like, all right, how much do I get? Or I should say quantity, not quality. Quantity of gameplay. Because you're getting a campaign in the Call of Duty.
That's
There's
right,
no campaign in the Battlefield. So if you're not interested in all of that, and you're cool with just going down that road, because I think they're still going to be the same price, right? They're both going to be $70.
Are they going to be $70?
I don't think Battlefield. I know Call of Duty starts at 70, but I don't know. I don't know if a Battlefield.
Without a campaign, I don't think it should cost that much, but that's what I think.
But remember that when Call of Duty did their version without it, it was still $60.
Yeah.
Isn't it ironic that Battlefield doesn't have a campaign, but Call of Duty now has it?
Yeah. See, it's back and forth.
Crazy. All right, I'll move on. And before we do that, I want to issue an apology to Manny.
Oh.
Manny, I'm sorry. We got to do it. You gotta cover this fucking story.
Oh, it's another abandoned one?
It never ends. So
God.
So we gotta do it.
Here we go.
Because now our boy Hassan, he went around to a couple of websites giving interviews.
He's actually talking now.
Yeah. So one of the ones we'll get into it, I have a kind of conspiracy theory thought about this. So this one's from enemy.com. IGN did one, but we didn't really get anything. But this one, he says something that's like, what? Because it's contradictory. He says that this game is not a horror game.
Okay.
After specifically saying it's a horror game. Many times tweeting out, now it's not a horror game. It says it has horror elements.
What is it, a stealth game?
He says it's a first-person survival game. And the other thing from this interview that's the most interesting, he finally at least said it. He goes, no, this is not Silent Hills, nothing to do with Metal Gear. So that's at least confirmed. You know,
Okay.
even though we knew that already, you know.
Yeah, we knew that shit already.
But you
I
know,
mean,
because people were still like, I want to believe, you know.
yeah,
So,
they you know, it's you know, they started those rumors back, you know, before. Oh, we are in no way connected to Hideo Kojima. Why would you even say that? Like
So dumb.
beforehand, like on one was it on Steam they had said it on one of their things. We are no way connected to Hideo Kojima and blah blah. I'm like, did anybody ask if you were? It seems like they're just putting that shit out there just so that they could get a little attention.
yeah, that's what
But
I think.
now the biggest mystery is is where they're getting their funding from.
Yeah.
Because-
By the way, I'm glad you said that because Hassan is very upset that people are saying that this is a scam.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, bro, if it smells like a scam, looks like a scam, I'm calling it a scam. You know, it's like, where are you getting this money from?
Yeah.
Where is this funding coming from?
Yeah, you know, like, okay. Number one, they took a company that has not shipped anything,
Nothing.
nothing, with the exception of some things that were pulled off the store that didn't do anything, or canceled titles. Even in the IGN article, he's saying, "Oh yeah, we realized it wasn't, you know, what we were doing wasn't good, and when we canceled it, you guys just put out something."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they have been able to keep this sort of exclusive deal with Sony for years. Somehow.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm
But-
glad I'm glad you mentioned. Sorry, Carlos, always going to. But I'm glad you mentioned the IGN thing because some people are also questioning. Because remember, all this kind of came to light from a Reddit post, right? Even though the post had links to every single thing, people were dismissing it. So IGN came out to verify, like, yes, all that shit is true. What that Reddit guy posted, all that was true.
Yep.
You know, so it has been since 2015 that this guy's been pulling this stunt. You know. Anyway, Carlos, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, they even talked about how they had investors that contributed to the game, and he said, "Yeah, well, we told we gave the investors their money back, and you know, we paid them back for essentially all the costs." And I'm like, "How? From where?
From
Yeah,
when?
how
How?
the fuck did you just manage to pay? They had a Kickstarter. They had a bunch of people or something. No, it was Steam Greenlight. You know, they had already paid.
Yeah.
People had already paid. All of a sudden, they somehow managed to pay everybody off.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe he's independently wealthy.
That's what I think.
That's
and
what I
apparently,
think.
Well, that's one of the theories.
Yeah. Apparently, the core team is 10 people, right?
They
But
said
apparently,
this before.
but yeah, he said this before. But apparently now it's been expanded to 50. So how's he paying all these people?
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
yeah, it's like 50. It's like 50, and with he said with freelancers and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
in other words, situational hires. You know,
Did
like
he explain?
usually when game development happens, this is it's common throughout game development where they'll have their main team and then they'll have a bunch of freelancers or people that they hire in to come in and do stuff.
Yeah.
Did he explain why he had stock images for employees on their website?
No, nobody asked him about that. It's funny.
You know what I mean?
It's funny. Colin Moriarty. He kind of called out a lot of sites. Like he's like, why didn't these guys ask him the really hard questions? Where is he getting this funding from? Why is he using stock images? He was asking this shit. So I'm like, yeah, maybe he should go on Sacred Symbols and fucking, But he's not gonna do. He wants these songs. Apparently, this is kind of annoying. So this website, he apparently told them what the game's about, but he told them not to tell people what the game's about.
Oh boy!
Like, come on, man.
Whatever.
Come on, it's shady.
Yeah.
Shady.
So yeah, it's like apparently it's some. He goes. At first, we said it was going to be an open world game, but with the high quality graphics we have now, we had to sacrifice that. It's not really open world anymore. It's a linear story. All right.
And now it's 8-bit. There we
know?
go.
And it-
real quick, Battlefield is $60 for PS4 and
There you go.
$70 for PS5.
That's the new price. I'm just reading some of these quotes here. The special thing about Abandon is that it has a new game mechanic. All right, bro.
Okay.
What was the old game mechanic? God damn, we
Nobody.
don't...
Yeah, exactly. What was the old game? How about that?
Exactly.
You know?
It's like
It's playable now. That's the mechanic.
Yeah.
in his mind. In his mind.
So let me read. So Karaman, you know, that's the dude's name. Everything you do in the game has an effect on the player character. If you sprint, I guess the guy's name is Jason. Jason gets out of breath, and that in turn affects his aim. If he's afraid, he'll become nervous, and this will affect how you're able to play. Okay.
It's not the first. We played plenty of games that do that.
The way you explore, the way you receive damage, the way you just play the game is a whole different way. That is achieved by high-end motion capture. We do motion capture ourselves, and we create systems for the game based on animation data.
Where do you do this? Where?
It's got to be a studio, so there has to be data on where this is happening. Who are these actors? You know?
How do you go from 10 to 50, and now you got mocap guys? Come on now.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm reading all this shit. I'm like, I don't know. I think, like, this is the conspiracy part. I think he may be duping a lot of these sites, you know, because he knows that these sites are going to give him coverage, right? So he's just going. So that and conspiracy, don't take that, you know, take it with the heaviest grain of salt.
The Borat guy.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah. What if he's pulling that? What if this is he's filming this and this is him just spreading to see how long he can go, tricking everybody into that he's getting this game and he's collecting this money and doing all sorts. How long can this last?
I don't know, man. That's what. Yeah, I mean, and there's no like time frame for the game. Obviously, we saw what happened with the app. Like these motherfuckers couldn't even get that going. It's crazy.
And then they launched the app, and it has literally the same like 2-second trailer that they had from the previous thing. So why did you bother?
Yeah.
Is
Like,
that the one with the guy taking a poop?
It's the one who's just the guy walking. That's
he
it.
goes,
There's no guy pooping.
he's taking a poop.
No, he's just walking across the floor, and then
At least right here, he admits that the launch was a disaster. He says that. He goes, "It's been a really big disaster. People are really disappointed." Yeah, no shit, dude. You know.
Yeah.
So
and their follows keep going up. People want to know what they got, but I mean, again, what they had wasn't fucking impressive at all.
I think this guy's full of it, man.
I still think it's a scam.
Yeah, like again, it's either this guy's independently wealthy or some kind of money laundering scheme. Like we have to make this stuff up because we don't know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Why? I mean, the biggest question is like, why be so mysterious at this point in time when you're a bunch of nobodies at this point in time? Why are we playing these fucking games? Why aren't you telling people what this is? Every single other like independent game developer out there literally because they know they're new to the industry. They're not playing all coy. Maybe this, maybe that. No, you know what these games are.
Yeah,
I think this could be. You know, I don't know how many of you guys seen the Fire Festival documentary.
Oh shit!
This gives me a serious Fire Festival vibes, and I think it's just, you know, the way this guy Hassan, the way he carries himself. It's like he gets on, you know, Twitter videos and sends them, and he's talking to people like he actually has a fan base.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand that these people are just fucking looking at an animal at a zoo that they don't know what the hell to make of. Like they're like, what the hell is this? What are we supposed to make of this? And he carries himself like he has a fan base, and he carries himself like he's a reputable head of a studio, and he has like a reputable studio that's made a game. None of that. I don't know. He doesn't. He feels entitled not to explain more than he already has. You know, it's like a lot of eyes and a huge spotlight has been placed upon this studio, and they're not transparent in the way, you know, he's had these interviews, but he still doesn't like mentions like, why the hell did you release a fucking application to a trailer? You released a trailer to an application to a trailer.
Yes.
And it's fucking weird. Everything about this is fucking weird. And obviously the least weird thing about this are the whole fucking Kojima theories, because you know it's just a bunch of people that are fucking bored out of their minds and are just trying to, you know, they can put two and two together, and they think that fucking, you know, they solved a fucking differential equation of it. You know, so it's you know, that's just the boring part. But the fact that this studio and the head guy is just fucking plain out weird and doesn't really communicate the way that a head of a studio communicates, it's just, you know, it's odd. And I don't think anything, let alone the backlash that the community's gonna give to this guy and his studio for not gonna be able to deliver what, you know, they think that he's gonna deliver. But you know, look at all of this is gonna go sideways when the fucking IRS comes and is like, "Yo, man, what you guys been doing?"
Yeah,
Because someone's got to find out what they've been doing.
Does he own any other companies or businesses?
He's a total mystery, and that's why people thought he was, you know, like an AR game, because usually those AR things don't, you know, usually don't have that much development into the people. Like, you know, that Joaquin Mogren guy, right? The fake Kojima character, you know, that guy, he himself was just there was nothing, nobody knew anything about him. And obviously then, you know, when he shows up with fucking like his head all wrapped up, then you're like, oh, this is fake.
Yeah. All right, so a couple of things I want to read here. So they asked him about that image of the dude with the eye patch, right? And he says, yes, that was a mistake, we shouldn't have done that, we shouldn't have blurred the image, this other shit. And then I'm going to read these last two things and then, you know, whatever. Team members of Blue Box and also freelancers we work with, they don't feel comfortable to show their face right now. It's not fun being labeled as a scammer. So, yeah, that's the reason why people don't feel comfortable right now showing their faces or even publicly announcing that they're involved with Abandoned. Let me finish this one. I'm really depressed right now. I can't sleep. I can't eat. The biggest thing that's bugging me is that people are labeling us as scammers. That is the big thing that really, really hurts because that's not my intention at all. All right.
Say you have something and produce nothing.
Yeah.
That's it. He didn't have to say anything.
Why do you think people are labeling you scammers, bro? Because of this shit that you're pulling for 6 years.
You know why he can't sleep and he's sweating? It's because he doesn't fucking have anything to show.
Yeah.
So he's
you're right.
And that's why he keeps changing all these fucking genres, and he's like, oh, I guess whatever our fucking vision was, our mission statement, it's not going to be that because we can't make it work. So let's make it into a survival horror game, you know. And it keeps changing, and you know, requirements change on this thing, and they have no solid vision to what this is gonna be. And it's like we have a lot of fucking heads looking at our fucking studio now, and we have nothing to show.
Yeah.
Is he? What's his role? Is he the project lead? What does he say he is?
Yeah, he's the main dude. You know, I don't know what his title is, but he's like the head of the studio. He's the founder.
Because no, you can be the founder and just be like, yeah, all right, I hired all these other people and they're making the game. Yeah. There's got to be at least one person. Can he just have one developer just come out?
He claims nobody wants to because of this craziness that's going on. That's what he says.
Then you know what? Then some people should be able to look this up on LinkedIn or somewhere. There's got to be somebody who is going to list, hey, I work on this game. This is the project I work on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, his well, what he has in his Twitter bio is like founder of Blue Box Game Studios.
Yeah.
Independent game developer based in the Netherlands.
I find it just really odd what he just said about the people upset that they're being called as scams. Like that only started like last week. Like what about all the time before that?
Yeah.
You know, it's like what about all the time when like you were I say you when they were in the hype saying or not saying that it's Silent Hill and not saying that they are Kojima. Like did no one decide to speak up then? But only now they're being called a scam. They're like, oh, no, we're not a scam. And now we feel really bad. And now we don't show our faces. It's like, it all seems so convenient, you know,
yeah,
to me. And it just reeks of something's definitely going on there. Like, it's very odd. Again, I totally agree with everything that's been said prior. And my final thoughts on this, and again, I really just don't want to talk about it because it's just problems everywhere. Stupid. If Abandon gets cancelled, then it confirms that the whole thing has just been a sham, and that's it. If it doesn't get cancelled and it comes out, then I'll judge it on what it is, not on all this nonsense behind the scenes. Because again, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. You know, ever since the whole like, oh, it's Silent Hill thing, it was like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'll wait till it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I really hope that for the sake of the studio and whoever's involved, because I'm sure that it's not just the one person, probably like 10, 15 people, or however many he says. I don't believe what he says, but however many people there are working on it, for their sake, I really hope that this thing comes out and it's something okay at least.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, you don't have to talk about this bullshit again, but we probably will talk about this again.
It's gonna pop up. They're
Yeah.
they're gonna pop up, and it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be more stuff.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's move on. Speaking about games we can't stop talking about on this fucking podcast. What's the other one we can't stop talking about?
Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk. There you go. More Cyberpunk news, man.
What they do, Ray?
All right. So they had a live stream earlier this week to detail some of the things that are coming, and people were disappointed.
What was what's coming to it?
All right, so we're gonna get this big patch that's supposed to fix like over 100 issues or whatever, and DLC's coming too.
Okay.
A skin, a skin for it's just a skin for Johnny Mnemonic. That's all it is, you know.
Oh, is that?
And yes, I said that on purpose. I said Johnny Mnemonic on purpose.
No, I was gonna say because there's this whole section of the game that people have sort of squeezed into that has been blocked off, which is like the casino area.
Yeah, no, nothing about the casinos. It's just, hey, a skin for Johnny Silverhand.
Okay.
And they claim, the next gen version will come eventually. So
okay, so in other words, a whole list of disappointments.
yeah, and then this is the best part. They said that it's really hard fixing a game that's already been released. It's like performing open heart surgery. Here's a crazy idea. If a game is so hard to patch once it's released, how about you don't release it until it's ready? How about that?
What?
You know,
something interesting. This is actually not related to these guys, to CD Projekt Red, but I did watch a video of from Digital Foundry on Crysis, and they actually sort of talk about the the submission process when it comes to the consoles. So apparently for like Nintendo Wii, right? Everything is all manufactured in Japan, and you have you have to submit your game like 3 months in advance in order for them to do it, right?
Yeah.
And they said for stuff like for PlayStation and for Xbox, they actually have to wait when they do fix it patches, like big patches, they have to actually get them approved by Sony. And that is a process, Sony and Microsoft, and that's a process that takes a while to do.
Yeah.
So apparently, one of the reasons why they've been fixing Crysis, but they've only fixed it enough, where they put only some of the things back into it that were from the PC version that weren't available in the console version. But the reason why they haven't done full on changes to it is because of they have to do another submission process, which takes a while.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So who knows what's going on with these guys with the CD Projekt Red and how much they have to, all this piecemeal, submission process has to work. But I don't know, man. To be honest, it's like, what are you getting people excited for? Everybody's already angry.
I just find it funny. They said that they're doing this as an attempt to be just more open about what's going on. Maybe you should have been more open beforehand. Again, it's like they're doing all this stuff like at too little, too late. You know what I'm saying? Just real quick, it says here that the game's going to have new jackets, new car, and an alternate look for Johnny Silverhand. So yeah.
He's going to be Johnny Mnemonic.
Imagine that.
He's going to look like, oh no. You know what they'll do is they'll have a Matrix tie-in. That's what they'll do.
Yeah,
he'll look like the way he does in the new Matrix movie.
So yeah, again, I don't know if they're going to do another one of these, but it doesn't. I don't know, man. I don't think there's any saving this game at this point, man.
You saw it was on sale for $10 at Best Buy,
now,
and then Amazon maxed it. They're like, oh, we could do that too, $10.
Yeah, this article has right. It's like there's nothing CD Projekt Red could say nowadays that won't get them backlash. People are pissed, rightfully so. So yeah, not much more to say about that. Just more. That's your weekly dose of Cyberpunk news because it's always something, you know.
Yeah, they didn't they have a patch not long ago. Actually,
They did.
It was like every other day you
Yeah.
see there's a
Yeah.
patch.
But now there's another patch. Yeah, and the
No,
next gen.
last
patchy.
patch was
Yeah.
last patch was 2 months ago.
Oh
Oh,
really?
okay.
I thought it was.
then
I
it's
thought it
gotta
was
be
like a
updates.
couple
I'm
weeks
all-
ago.
Yeah.
No.
I thought they put something a couple
I
weeks
thought it was
ago.
pretty recent. That's some people going
I-
back. Yeah.
No, last patch was 1.23, which was 2 months ago. Get you
1.23.
the exact dates if you want.
Yeah,
Give me a
please.
second.
Yeah.
June 17th.
June
What?
17th.
No.
Oh,
no.
Juneteenth.
No, we were seeing shit just last
Yeah,
week.
like,
Hold on.
no,
let me
unless you're talking about patch 1.3. Like again, I'm on
Yeah.
GOG. I'm looking at the patch notes or the.
I could have
recent
sworn there
notes.
was one
Maybe
like
this
2
was-
weeks ago.
Maybe
Well,
maybe this is for a
it
special console
was-
patch.
Was 1.3 released the same day on consoles as on PC?
1.3 came out this
1.3
week. This week. That one
Yeah,
came out
was
this week.
17th.
Yeah.
Again, I'm on the website. Like latest patches 1.3. Before that 1.23.
Because I remember I saw our boy Gene Park talking about this like 2 weeks ago. Let me see the fix. It's like, oh, they didn't. You know.
Unless you're talking
Yeah,
about
cars
patch
like flipping all
1.3.
over the
like,
place.
They were talking about the patches that they were doing were separate from the PC one for the consoles because that was the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they were running like booty on the console.
Well, it's not documented on the official website. So
See, August 10th, there was a patch.
That's the one. That's the one. And I'm pretty sure we talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
You know. So there. Yeah. So it's like
For PS4 and Series X.
there you go. That's the
Doesn't
one
say
we're
anything
talking
about
about.
PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There it is then. Yeah. Because I was like, hold on. I'm pretty sure we talked about this shit already. You know.
Yeah, we did talk about it.
And that's on Digital Foundry.
Yeah.
It's Digital Foundry.
digital.
Digital
Which-
Foundry.
But then, which patch do they note in the? Is that the video that came out on that date, or is that the
That-
actual?
This is no video. This is just from their website. Discussions.
Yeah, but what
See where
patch
we go
number
with it.
is
Yeah,
it?
that's what I'm looking. See, 'cause
Because I'm thinking that it must be like a hot fix of some sort, like maybe patch
could be.
1.4. But again, it's not listed on the website, which is odd because it lists everything else.
You know what pisses me off?
What's up?
I've been trying to fucking
1.3.
pre-order this fucking Ghost of Tsushima Definite Director's Edition for the PS5 for the past like 3 fucking months, and I still can't find it. It's the day of, or the day
Wow,
before.
what the fuck?
It's actually really difficult to find on the PlayStation Store for some odd reason. Like I can't I'm you know that's why I you know if you guys saw my tweet like hours ago, I'm like how confusing is this stupid shit, because literally you can't go Ghost of Tsushima like PlayStation 4, right? You can't, it won't find it. It won't find the patch or like the patch or whatever you want to call it for the 4 version. The only versions that you see if you do that search is you'll find the 2 versions that they have for the 5.
Yeah. By
weird.
the way, Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. We may do a review at the end of the show.
Oh, whoa!
You know.
Yo, man, where's that ray tracing though?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no ray. Yeah, ray tracing didn't exist in feudal Japan. You know, they didn't have mirrors or metal back then.
Oh.
Do they have boxes?
Yeah, they had that though. All right, man. Let's move on. Where are we right now? What did I list here? Oh, we have to talk about Fortnite right now. These
what'd they do?
motherfuckers. Okay, so you know how
What'd they do?
Fortnite basically, ripped off Battle Royale, became a big deal. Now
Yes, they did.
they're ripping off Among Us with a new add-on called Imposter, which is
Why
I guess
are people surprised by this?
yeah,
Like,
I'm not at
why?
all, not at all. Brian, go ahead. You what are your thoughts on this, bro?
Well, I thought, like, the game that ripped off what was popular at the time is now ripping off what's now popular at the time. Like, why is everyone surprised by it? It's like when a coyote eats kids. It's like, coyotes eat kids. Oh, coyote ate a kid. Like,
well,
big
dingoes
shock.
too.
A dingo ate a baby.
Yeah, that's from a real story. That really happened. Missing kid.
I don't know. It just feels like games journalism has just gone down the drain. It's like they have like fish memory. It's like, oh gosh, this game copied this other game. It's like, yeah, that's what it did. Like that's how it got popular. You know,
That's how-
it copied
that's how-
PUBG. You know,
that's
and
how-
then
that's how a lot of games have done it. I mean, cloning genres and all that stuff. Yeah, they've totally done that stuff.
Yeah,
Well, again,
I'm going through my
like-
timeline because Brian, I literally said, like, is anybody surprised that the game that ripped off a big mode is ripping off another one? Like, come
I'll
on
do
now,
it.
you know?
Yeah, I'll do it.
No, you're right about that, bro. Here's the thing, Chris. You always talk about how like a lot of AAA games like Applebee's. This game is the Applebee's. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you want mozzarella sticks on the menu, we got you. That's it. They just add whatever. What are people into?
Wings.
Yeah, it's like, oh, people like green hatch chili. Well, we got that on the menu.
Yeah.
They just keep adding it.
We are here to serve you.
I'm just reading this right now, but yeah, it's like, come on, guys. So I wonder what else they're gonna rip off. I said, you know what they're gonna do next? They're gonna do a big AAA cinematic experience, like a PlayStation game. That'll be the next one.
Season 11 will be World War II themed. Just
Yeah.
wait.
Well, Tony, they won't do that because that actually takes effort.
Oh. I like that.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
I mean, yeah, I'm with Brian here. It's that's what these games are. They're just they're a culmination of just influences and hype trains. I mean, Fortnite is the ultimate example of that. They got the battle royale thing and they ran with it. They did that and they put Travis Scott. They put all of these celebrities, Thanos and MCU and Ninja. Like they see the trends and they follow them to a T.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do they have Batman yet? In the
They
Yeah,
probably,
they had
They
put
have
him
Batman
in
and
a while.
Superman.
so
They have
now,
Bat-
so now they have Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Yep, they
in
got the Trinity.
Oh.
Yep.
And they not only that, you can literally have them fight Spider-Man. So Spider-Man
And Wolverine.
and Wolverine and the She-Hulk. Everybody's in that game. If you didn't get your skin, you could have was it Kratos versus Master Chief? Come on, man.
so then they basically ripped off Smash Brothers because everyone's there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The one thing is that they do it like the way they do it is sort of like action figures. So they just have them open for like a limited time, and if you don't get it by then you don't have it.
That's how they get you to jump
To
in
buy 'em.
during that.
That's
Yeah.
how they get you to jump in, right?
Yeah.
By the way, just off topic. Apparently, people going crazy over the new Black Myth Wukong trailer. Remember that thing?
Oh
the
yeah,
Chinese-
Did they put out a new one?
Yeah, apparently this game's being developed in Unreal 5.
Yep.
Which is
actually-
very
yeah.
Interesting. By the way, it's funny, Carlos, man. The segue though, man. Yeah. Although actually, maybe it's not a segue, but it's a perfect add-on to this. Guess what is going to get Unreal 5 support? Fortnite.
Oh,
Of course.
Hey.
Well, it's
So
their
that
it's
means
their
you
engine,
have
right?
no
Yeah.
ray tracing
Yeah,
and all that
it-
good shit.
Brr, 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 brr. This
Yeah,
shit is
that- yep,
crazy.
Yep.
Oh gosh, sorry. I just had a weird thing about Abandoned. It's like
Oh no.
somehow these guys, man, just like show us gameplay and game footage of what they're working on, but yet Abandoned shows us nothing but 2 seconds.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like we've seen more of Black Myth Wukong than we have seen that game. Or what about the horror game that just got that you can actually play right now? What was that game? I can't remember the name
Tormented
of
Souls, I believe.
it. Yeah, Tormented Souls.
Yeah.
They literally gave you like 20 minutes of gameplay.
It was great. By the way, I love the way you guys are weaving all these other stories in here. We're making it all come together tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nuts. By the way, Brian, this was my tweet. I was actually a lot more clever than I remember. Simple but clever. I just said, hey, look, Fortnite's copying ideas again. Like, this is not anything
Oh.
new,
You should have tweeted out, "Oh, Fortnite is doing something a little sus."
Yeah,
Oh,
damn, that's a
man, that
good
would've been
one.
good.
That's a good one. Would have been. Nah, you're right. I was about to say I should do that shit right now. Oh man, Fortnite, that game. Man, I saw a clip. Superman with a fucking machine gun mowing motherfuckers. I'm like, this is just wrong, man.
Yeah, and you can have him shoot Ryu, who also has a machine gun.
You can't make them throw Hadoukens?
No, he just shoots. He has a gun.
So is it officially is it official that we can call Fortnite the Ready Player One of games?
I guess it's all the member berries just mashed into one thing.
Yeah, that's Applebee's, man. That's what I'm calling it. I'm calling it Applebee's. Like whatever you want, we got you.
Chili's, Village Inn kind of thing.
Yeah, you know. Good. Damn it! What's the other? With the Fridays? That's the other one.
Oh, Fridays. Yeah, TGI Fridays. Yep.
Yeah.
I went to. Funny enough, I went to a TGI Fridays when I was in New York.
There you go. Oh, we used to go to those a lot back in the day, man. For whatever reason, because our boy Mike had his big kick about Applebee's, so we would always just go to Applebee's at TGI Fridays. You know.
Mm-hmm. My change spot was Uno. I love Uno.
Uno was good, man.
I miss Uno.
Pizza place.
Yeah, pizza place. Yeah, man.
They serve beer and everything there.
Uno's good stuff, man. I probably shouldn't say this as a New Yorker, but I don't hate deep dish. It's not pizza. Don't get me wrong. That shit is not. That's a casserole, but it's fucking good.
It's good.
You know
the way they did it. Remember, it comes in a nice little pan.
Yeah. It's good. I remember Manny. I was at Uno. I'm trying to eat that shit, trying to grab it. It's not working. Like, let me just use utensils. You know. No, but it's good. It's good stuff, man. Tastes good. You know, because I know some people they're like, "Fuck, they're gonna hate on it, man." New York for life. Obviously, New York for life. You know, but it's like you can't compare. They're not. That's not a pizza. It's a casserole. You know, so I'm not even comparing it. But it's fucking good, man.
You can't just. It's not like pizza. You can just take it and fold it and eat it. You gotta.
Yeah,
this Wukong game looking pretty good.
It looks nice.
Looking good.
I'm pretty good.
There's another Chinese developed game which looks like well, you guys don't probably know what this is, but it's called Storm Riders. But it looks like one of the ideas. It looks like one of those No, we can't talk about Ice.
Oh yeah, we can't talk about them anymore.
Oh man. What was it? It was essentially. What it is, it's like one of those like kung fu movies where essentially people can stand on the top of bamboo trees, and that's literally the thing. It's like a semi-open world sort of linear story thing, but it's like one of those kung fu films where they can literally run up walls and on water and shit. Kind of reminds me of that one, the Legend of the Kamui or Kai or whatever. The Legend of the Cage. There we go.
Legend of Kage. By the way, Manny, I'm naming this right now. In a few months, somebody on here, probably me, is gonna see this and be like, "What the fuck is this?" And you'll be, "I told you, motherfuckers." You know?
No, the Black Myth game. The Black Myth game, though.
No, the other one. Yeah, we all know about that fucking game. The Odyssey to the West game. Or Journey to the West, whatever the fuck it's called. Odyssey to the West is the other one, you know.
That's the Ninja Theory game.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's move on. Where are we right now? Oh, we got. I threw this one here for Adam. Even though I got a code, I'll talk about that story later. Quake has been re-released.
Nice.
Yeah, on consoles and PC. Very interesting. The old Quake. So so it's funny, right? So I got hit up by PR. Like, you want a review code? I'm like, yeah, let's go. Got a review code. Toss it in Steam. They're like, you already have this game. I'm like, what? So I go into my library. Sure enough, we talked about this on Sunday. Quake is just sitting there. So I load it up, and then I was like, is this the new game or the old game? But then, like, Bethesda's new logo shows. I'm like, okay, that obviously wasn't there before, you know?
Yeah.
And then it said 2021. I'm like, okay. And then it showed the studio that did the remaster. And then when I went into the options, it said 1080p. I'm like, okay, this is obviously updated, you know? But then I played like a couple minutes. I'm like, it looks good, but it still looks like old Quake, you know. So Adam, you played more than I did, obviously. So what's your initial impressions of it?
Well, that was the main reason why when they asked what code I wanted, I was like, "I'll just give me the PlayStation one because it looks the same."
Yeah.
But that's it. It just looks like people are calling it a remaster, but it's not described as a remaster. Like you said, when it boots up, it just says Quake.
Yeah.
It doesn't say any of that. They just did some minor improvements just to make it relevant. You know, it's wide. It's got the 1080p. I think they even tried to say 4K for some of it. I don't see that.
I don't see
I
that.
mean, it's you know, it's just running the geometry at a
yeah,
higher
that's it.
resolution.
That's it. That's
about
pretty much
yeah.
it. But besides that, yeah, everything looks the same. The gameplay
It's-
is the same. The mechanics is the same. The sounds are the same. Nine Inch Nails music is in there. They didn't replace it. That was my first concern. I was like, did they get the rights, or is they just removing it? Is that why they had to do this? Did they have did the license expire on the other one, and they had to wipe it? But no, it's still got the Nine Inch Nail tracks in there, the nail gun and all that. So yeah, so it's all right. It's fun. It's Quake. It's Quake. It's the original Quake for those who never played it, and for the younger audience that don't know anything about it. This is it. This is Quake. This was right after Doom. This is another project they were working on, and it had a little more of a twist with it. You had to find keys to get around to places, hidden doors, teleporting you to different spots and stuff, and of course the cool nail gun. But I don't know. I don't know if the younger audience is gonna buy into it because it does look dated.
I mean,
Yeah.
I played Quake when it came out. a long time ago.
96. Yeah,
Yeah.
1996. I just graduated from high school.
I still have the disc. I have the original disc, and it has the soundtrack on it.
Yeah. Can we? Yep, the soundtrack. Yep, I have that. That was awesome. It was awesome. I remember. In fact, I was doing my review now, and I mentioned it was like I ran to CompUSA in Midtown. Remember when it was a CompUSA?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was it. That was my go-to because I was like, well, I'm gonna go and buy this, and grabbing that big ass box because everything came in big fucking boxes.
Remember that PC games, man?
Yeah, PC
Crazy.
games are dookie size, big ass box just for a disc. You know, so. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. But yeah, this is still the same. It's just a little prettier, but it's no different. So that's why I find it funny when everyone's like, "Oh, they just released a remaster." I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's more like a re-release in general.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to be honest, as far as preservation goes, that's actually that's good, because getting a lot of these games to run on modern machines that don't need to do all this junk to get them to run. I think that works out.
I think the big addition to it, because I definitely know it wasn't a thing, that was crossplay. There's crossplay here. There's co-op. I don't remember ever playing co-op with anybody, and there's online. And I know played the online, but the co-op, it seems new and definitely crossplay. So they definitely added some things, but I don't know if that's enough to call it a remaster. In my mind, a remaster, just sort of like when we played Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
Like that, it just looked amazing. It just felt amazing and everything. They really felt spruced up. This didn't really have that, but I mean, it's a classic. But those of our time that remember when it came out, and that was like groundbreaking. What, you got real music? That's a real artist, and he made original music. This original score to this game.
Yeah, that shit was crazy back in the day.
Yeah, because then later after that, what did we get? We got Road Rash that actually had Soundgarden and stuff. I'm like, in a game. This is nuts.
Way of the Warrior, they had
Way
White
of the
Zombie.
Warrior. White Zombie, and then of course Tony Hawk and all of them started coming out throwing all kinds of punk and ska and.
That was crazy. All right, so yeah, Quake remaster. So Carlos, I see what's going on over there. This is the Black King Wukong, right? Whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
What you call
I
it?
need you guys to see one thing.
All right, let's watch this, and I'll
I
narrate
get-
for the people listening. Go ahead, man. What the
There's a
fuck?
big, there's a big boss. It looks like some Monster Hunter shit.
Yeah, it's a Chinese dragon. Oh,
It's a Kirin
yeah.
with a mixed with a fucking something.
Yeah.
Look, check this out. By the way, oh no, before look,
Shout out to
check this out.
Valadier, man. He's rating us with 11 of his heads. Thank you. Welcome. Oh shit!
Wait, are you playing this?
No, it's the video.
No, this
So-
is the second thing of gameplay that they put out.
Yeah, so for listeners, so the it's a regular Chinese dragon, look like a giant like snake, right? So the dragon comes at the dude, and then the last second, dude like parries the bite. Oh shit! They fell into fucking ice. This is crazy right
Game
now.
over.
I'm gonna stop it. Hopefully, we don't get copyright.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that should look crazy, man.
Yeah, look good, and like
I mean,
that.
it's impressive.
Go
I mean,
for it.
like, and I think they're from what I remember. I think we mentioned this the last time about Black Myth is that they are formerly Tencent people. I think they were a studio with them, and they just said, "Or like, hey, we kind of don't want to make these sorts of games. We want to make the things we want to make." So they've been doing this stuff for a while. So there you go.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. So yeah, what's the name of it? The Black Myth, Black King.
Yeah, Black Myth. What is it? Black Myth Wukong.
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 Yo, by the way, so Manny, you know a little bit about this. So that monkey looking dude, I'm assuming that's the Goku kind
That's
of
Goku, yeah.
inspired.
That's the Monkey King, Sun Wukong.
Right. Okay. Yeah, just making sure because I know Dragon Ball, that shit, they based it off of Chinese.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's Akira Toriyama was very much inspired by Journey. Well, in Asia, Journey to the West is that's like the Lord of the Rings. That's like it's a hugely famous book. It's huge, by the way. If you ever read
it's
it.
like their version of the Odyssey, basically, or the Iliad. It's like
it's like the Odyssey or the Iliad, but it's a lot more fantasy based.
Yeah,
and a lot of people, a lot of people say that it also is sort of might be a little bit Buddhist propaganda because it's very very ingrained into Buddhist philosophy. But to be honest, it's like it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's from. But yeah, that's Dragon. In Japan, Son Wukong is called Son Goku, which is Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Yeah.
One funny thing I saw when the first trailer came out, Riku was complaining, right? Because he was like he's tired of all these
Souls-like games.
No, Journey to the West games, and I'm like, how many are there? I only know one.
There is actually quite a bit.
Yeah, but this is Riku we're talking about. He would be more immersed in that.
He knows there are quite a bit of Journey to the West games, but there are only the Journey to there's one that was based off of a movie. There's a few other ones that were based off of something else, but they're all sort of I don't know. They're sort of easy cash grab sorts of games because it's Journey to the West is public domain. Anybody can make anything Journey to the West related. So it's a big old fantasy epic, right? That you can literally just pull from and just create your own things from it.
Yeah, pretty interesting stuff, man. All right, so there you go. And the last thing we're going to do tonight, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a review for Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. Which is out now, I believe. Or by the time you guys are listening, hopefully it'll be updated for Carlos. We can't be having that.
Yo, man, can't have that.
Yeah. So as you guys already know, Ghost of Tsushima, my favorite game of 2020. Game was awesome. And this one is the director's cut that they announced a while back. And the main draw here is the expansion. It's called Iki Island. You get this whole new island to explore, new storyline that's tied into the main one.
Quick question. Did you do their rollover save?
Yeah, what I did was I turned on the main game, which is the PS4 version. It said transfer your save from PS4, so I clicked on that, transferred it, and that was that. Actually, no, I installed the PS5 version, and then I transferred it from PS4. The option's right there, It's kind of weird how PlayStation doesn't have a universal way of doing this. Some games are different than others,
Apparently, the way Digital Foundry said is that you just go into the PlayStation 5 version and it says transfer PlayStation 4.
That's all it is. Yeah, it's very very straightforward process.
It's not like the other ones where you have to turn on the old game and then put the new game on.
No, nothing like that. By the way, just like Spider-Man, all those trophies that you got will pop. So I got the platinum again. I got the platinum again.
Quick question before you move on.
Yeah.
Does the Iki Island have a platinum as well?
No, it's just like five or six trophies, no platinum for that.
Gotcha.
So you're good to go. And it's still separated, so you only need to get the platinum. I mean, there's only one platinum anyway, but you only have to do the trophies for the main game to get the platinum. You don't have to do it for all the other stuff that's in there. Because it's interesting, there's one set of trophies for the main game, then there's two now for the multiplayer, and there's also two for Iki Island. Iki Island is one is like the campaign trophy, then the other one's the exploration stuff, because there's a lot of collectibles and all that, And what I found interesting, no spoilers here, obviously, is how Jin, in the first game, he had a complete character arc, right? He gets another one because there actually is an unresolved thing from the first game. It doesn't impact it in a big way, but it is an unresolved thing, and we actually can see the resolution of it. There's some kind of trippy stuff going on, which I'm not going to mention. And also some new moves. You get some more techniques that you get to unlock. Your horse is able to ram through enemies and kill them, which is always a lot of fun. There's you can pet monkeys now, which is pretty
You can
interesting.
pet all kinds of animals. Actually, you can pet like cats and
dogs. No dogs, but deer. Like because there's a mini game now where you play flutes for animals. And the main animals are monkeys, deer, and cats. The mini game is pretty. It's pretty easy. You just gotta tilt the controller around and stuff. Pretty easy stuff. And yeah, no, it's great. Like because I know some people are complaining about the pricing. I'm like, the pricing is worth it enough to me. Even though I think I finished it faster than Sony said. I think they said it was like 20 hours. Like I beat it faster than that. I'm talking about everything 100%. I'm not 100%. I'm going to say 90% because there's some trophies I don't know how to get. So I gotta go online when somebody posts them.
Well, I mean, these are the Iki Island trophies.
Yeah,
they did add additional trophies for when they did the DLC. Where like the new game plus and all that shit.
Yeah, they have those in there too. But I'm talking about the Iki Island stuff specifically. There's these like wind shrines. I'm like, I don't know. And it's funny because me and some of my other peers who got the game early too, they're like, yo, how the fuck do we do this? We're all trying to figure it out. We couldn't do it. This was different than Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank, I think Sony didn't clamp down on that game, so the trophies were just available. This one, I didn't know what the trophies were until today.
Okay.
So I had no idea.
I guess there's plot stuff attached to them. That's what the deal is, right?
And I was also, it's kind of interesting, right? Because I took a picture when I was still in Tsushima Island, and I was like, yo, look at this game right now. I couldn't do it, so I'm guessing I can now. And I do want to say this about the graphics, right? I'm not going to say I was disappointed, but I was expecting a little bit more. But the thing is, I don't think they can do more, right? Because before this, the PS4 version already got an update for the PS5, right? 4K 60 frames. So I was like, how can it look better? It looks just as awesome, So yeah, I guess you can't improve on that. So I'm not complaining about the graphics. It's just because the graphics look fucking incredible. Don't get me wrong, but it's just that. Don't expect it to be a big blowout bama jamma thing because it already looked really good at 4K 60 as it is.
I mean, the at least from what Digital Foundry says, there has been a lot of texture fixes on there. So this is stuff that I even noticed from the original one, where that some of the close-ups of like items like his sword and stuff had a little bit of a lower res texture on it. So now all of those things have higher res textures. And there's a couple. And also all the cinematics now run in real time. So what they didn't say about this, the reason, and it also connects to the language option, is that a lot of the cinematics within Ghost of Tsushima are actually pre-rendered, and they use the pre-rendered cinematic to hide the fact that you're that it might be loading in the background. So it's if you notice, the game is pretty seamless. Like you can pretty much jump from area to area pretty damn quickly. But I'm sure on the 5 it's a lot faster. But what they did is now all the cinematics are all running in real time.
Are they though? Because every single cinematic I saw, it was all 30 frames a second.
Now the thing about that is that I think what happened is that there was a little weirdity between the old game and the old game. So like if you play it on Pro. You may notice that some cinematics are actually running in 60 frames per second and some aren't. So rather than just have it running at 60, just as let's just put it at 30 and just keep it consistent between them. Yeah,
because I noticed that the actual when you're playing the actual game. When you're actually playing the game, it's 60 frames a second locked, but as soon as the cinemas start, it's 30, which is was a little bit weird, but it also made it more cinematic or whatever. What happened?
That's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Like this is one of the reasons why PC guys always hated console games, because again, cutscenes will be pre-rendered at 30 frames per second because console, but then PC guys will have the game running at 60 frames. So it's like, the fuck's this bullshit about? So yeah, I don't like that. I never have, never will.
Yeah, and it's funny you mention that because and Riku said this too. It's like now we're kind of in a weird way going back to how it used to be back in the day. You know, we would have the game running at 60 frames, and then the cinemas would be 30. So we're going back to that now. You know, kind of weird. You know, but let me answer some questions. Yeah, guys, ask me questions about the game. How's the load times? Says Keyshak. They're good. Here's the thing: the load times were already so insane. Like, they didn't get much better, you know? They're just as good as before. Like, remember, even on PS4 Pro, it was like, whoa, damn, this thing doesn't load. It's crazy. But this one is
so,
like, snapping,
what is it?
You know?
I remember that the initial load was always the first load when you start the game is also.
That thing is stupid fast now. Stupid fast.
Okay, yeah, because that one was always the slow one. The original
this
one was the slow one, and then once you're in the game, the things are you know, it's pretty instant.
Yeah, no, this one is super fast. Like, you're probably in the game, like, as soon as you start it, 10 seconds, you're already there, you know? You're good to go. So, yeah, no, so it's definitely good. Multiplayer, you know, if you like multiplayer, it's back in there. Nothing really much more to say about that. It has all the upgrades because the multiplayer was supported pretty well. So they added all the updates and all that stuff. And it always Keyshak with the questions, man. I love it. I heard the enemies got harder. Any thoughts? Yes, they did get harder, but there's a trick because there's a new enemy type. He's like a shaman, you know. So if this dude comes around with a spear and he's like, la, 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 so when he does that, all the enemies in the area get buffed, right? So when I first started playing, I was getting fucked up. I'm like, yo, what is it? Oh my god, how trash did I get? Because usually I lose some skills and I don't play a game for a while. I'm like, because I was running around the main world, I was doing fine, and then I get to Iki Island, I'm getting fucked up. But as soon as I was like, okay, let me focus on this dude first. Whenever I go like into battle, like, let me focus on the shaman guy. Sometimes there'll be more than two. I go in there, kill him, everything's fine. So the enemies haven't gotten harder. It's just that shaman makes them harder. There is also another enemy type that switches weapons like you do. You know, it was throwing me off too because I'm like, okay, this dude's coming at me with a spear, so I go into my spear stance, and then he brings out his shield. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so go into my shield stance. So you gotta constantly keep going back and forth. The duels are back, you know, which are always a lot of fun. They call them the myths of Iki Island, I believe. Legendary Tales, whatever it's called. Really.
Oh, just stuff. Like the other one, or it's like Hodoryoshi.
Yeah. So they have those. Those are back. Lots of side missions, you know, which is always cool. And it's kind of interesting because the people at Iki Island don't like samurai, so you know. Samurai. About the lip syncing, because it's funny because I remember I started playing the original game in Japanese. I'm like, I want that authentic feel, but I had to turn it off because the lip syncing was off. It's throwing me off, you know.
Yeah.
So I turned it on. I'm like, I'm so used to the English voice. The voice acting is so good. Like, I'm just gonna stick with it, you know. What other questions did I have here? How's the new lock on? I'm glad you asked me that because I know there's supposed to be a lock on. I didn't know how to do it, so I just played it like I normally did. So,
well, I mean, you got to go. I think it's just like the other thing that the other quality of life change that they did on the game. You actually have to go into the menu and actually turn it on.
Oh, is that what? I didn't go to the menus.
It's not like pressing the thumbstick in because that's like
the only.
Screen.
Yeah, the only thing I did in the menu was just like check between performance mode and whatever mode, but I'm like they both run at 60 frames a second, so it doesn't matter. But lock on. I'm sorry, I can't answer that because I don't know how to work this shit. So I just played it like normal and it was fine.
It's like the one where you put the little bug that comes out. You could set up. That initially was an upgrade that they did. So what you have to do is you have to go into the menu and turn it on. So
there you go.
I don't think it's automatically on.
Okay, that's probably what it is. Any cool armor sets? Yes, there are a lot of armor sets, not only for Jin but for his horse.
Yeah, the horse didn't. I don't remember the horse. The horse never had any armor, did it?
No, you just get different saddles. That's about it. But yeah, the horse gets armor. You get armor. Yes, you do get armor, and some of them are pretty cool. I'm not gonna spoil anything. They're
just for show or just
no. They
can you use the horse to ram?
Yeah. The horse like if you have him fully armored up, like he'll just like because he does eventually take damage. He'll take like a ton of damage. And Jin, he has his one armor set where it disables your normal parry, but your perfect parries kill instantly, you know, which is really cool. So it's like a risk and reward type of thing because if you fuck that up, then you get hurt extra, you know. But I wouldn't say it's any harder. You know, it's about the same difficulty. Obviously, you could bump up the difficulty if you want. And I think that's pretty much it. The game's dope. Get the shit. It's great. PS4, PS5 doesn't matter. Get it. Iki Island alone is really cool. You know, with difficulty normal. I don't. When I review games and just normal, I don't fuck around with easy or hard. I play it on normal. You know, because my thing is like easy is always too easy, and hard I'm not trying to bram my head against a wall. And for reviews, people are playing it on normal anyway. You know. And I'll just say this. This is a quick aside. Obviously, I don't judge people who play games on easy, but for me, it defeats the purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want a little bit of something there, you know? But I also don't want to throw it on hard. The only time I play on hard, you can check my trophies, is I'm trying to get a platinum or something, you know? Other than that, I'm like, why am I doing this, you know? So, yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions, that'll be that. So, Ghost of Tsushima, available hopefully now PlayStation 5, you know. And I saw some people on my timeline actually got PlayStations, so perfect game to get because there's nothing new out, so may as well replay this, you know. And I think that's gonna do it for us people. All right, who has stuff to plug?
The nuke.
Never gonna let that go. Adam, you go first, man.
Yeah, I mean, for you Walking Dead heads, remember?
Deadheads.
This is the last Deadheads. This is the last season, so we have another episode of I Am Negan covering season 11, episode 1. We posted that. That's already up. That was from last week. For those who also don't know, AMC Plus, you can get things early. They post all the episodes early, so if you want to go watch it now, you don't want to wait till Sunday, then you can go watch it and just check us out. A lot of new subs, so a lot of people really interested, especially now that we're in the last season. So it's cool. So yeah, go check it out. I Am Negan over on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Coalition. That's where we're at. Home base. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Good stuff. Man, you have any new books to plug?
Not right now. I mean, just hacking away on things. Are just waiting for stuff to. I mean, granted, like last week, a lot of our covers dropped for our DC comics. So we have a bunch of Aquaman covers and a bunch of Static covers. We had, some Future State Batman stuff. So we had a bunch of stuff sort of just show up all at once, which was really great. Still more to come. You know, got another one that coming down the line for Batman, which was pretty cool. And then we had a few other ones that we can't really talk about yet. So yeah, there you go.
All right.
Oh, actually, no. Yeah. We actually one of our Marvel covers did just drop, which was for Star Wars. We have I can't remember the name of. I think his name is Bosk, which is the character that Princess Leia is disguised as.
Yeah.
In Return of the Jedi. So in this, it's like a prequel. It's sort of like a prequel book showing his adventures before Princess Leia literally, slapped him and chopped him on the neck and then took his clothes. So yeah, it's like him bounty hunting and stuff like that. So we did a special cover for that. So that's actually our first Star Wars cover, which is
nice.
Very interesting. I never thought about that. I just assumed she purchased it from like one of the vendors. I never thought maybe she could have killed somebody more.
She I mean, in the movie, the way they people knew who she was. They knew who Boss was in the thing. That's why they let him in. So yeah, she was just disguised as this other bounty hunter. So this is the other Adventures of the Other Bounty Hunter book.
By the way, I do have an update. So I guess after midnight Eastern, I only got one option to buy Ghost of Tsushima, and that was a director's cut, and that was $29.99. And I guess it just realized, like, the PlayStation Store realized what I had. So yep, I was able to buy it, and I am now going to play the director's cut.
Nice.
PS5.
So you had to pay $30.
Yeah.
Was
$30.
Oh yeah, remember earlier this week they delisted the PS4 version, the standard version. You can't buy it anymore.
No, you can only buy the new one.
Yeah, you could only buy the new one. They've done that, and they remember. I forgot what game it was, but on the show we were like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
They'll remove the standard version, and they'll only have the deluxe.
Oh, here's another fun thing about it. The Ghost of Tsushima upgrade, for PS4, only has a limited time.
Really?
If you look at it, yes, there's only a limited time that it's going to be on there. It says this update is available from blah 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 to blah blah blah. So officially, if you haven't gone to the new version, I'm sure it's maybe a few years or a year or two. But yeah, it has a limited time frame on it, which is interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the Call of Duties do that. After like a year or so, yeah, it's like, oh, we just want the standard version. Nope, you gotta get deluxe. That's all they got, deluxe.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for us, people. So make sure you follow us on Twitch. Oh, whoa, I got to back up.
Whoa, you backing it up?
I got something to plug too, baby.
What are you plugging?
All right, so I was on the latest episode of Gamertag Radio with Danny Pena talking about some Ghost of Tsushima. And what's interesting about this is Danny had never played Ghost of Tsushima, his first time. So,
really?
Yes, so it was a combination of first impressions / review of the director's cut. So go check that out. We had a really good conversation. When Danny and I were always like, yeah, we'll do a half an hour show. So almost an hour of us talking about Ghost of Tsushima.
Come on, man. You got man. You're Latinos. An hour? No. I mean, 30 minutes? No. It's gonna be an hour. It's always done.
We always do that. Like, yeah, just half an hour. It'll be fast. It'll be fast. Like, remember we did a episode a couple weeks ago for Streets of Rage. Like, yeah, half an hour long. You know.
Yomeni.
What's up?
I'm surprised you didn't know that Danny didn't play Ghost of Tsushima. It's not on Game Pass.
Oh man! Shout out to Danny though, man. Also, shout out to Cicero Holmes. I was on his podcast.
Very nice.
Yeah, God damn it. Forget the name of his podcast, but it was dope. It's like a fighting game kind of podcast. It was like a debate type of thing. And like I said this before, it's like it was weird because we were debating about like shit we both agree with. Like the main debate was GTA Vice City versus San Andreas. It's like fuck. It's like damn.
That's Sophie's choice.
You know, I won that one though by a hair. I picked Vice City. What helped me win was that I said that it was a more concise experience in San Andreas, which is true. You know, but I had to work.
Not.
Yeah, what happened?
No, I'm not feeling too good about these remakes now.
Oh.
No, they said they're retooling the some of the items for modern audiences.
No.
Oh, the stories. Yeah, they're changing some of the.
No more dildos then.
I don't know. No more beating whores and getting your money back.
Yeah. Oh man.
No,
the staple of GTA.
No, they can't do that. They nope. They could have said they didn't do that to GTA 5. You can still do it. You take that out, you break the game.
Yeah, we'll see. Because when you hear that term for modern audiences, like, oh, what are we gonna do? You know. All right, man. Now we're really out. So make sure you follow us on Twitch and Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube and join the Discord. You can find us on any podcast app by searching for Throwdown Show, and you can visit throwdownshow.com to listen to past episodes. If you're watching this on YouTube and you enjoyed what you saw, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified whenever our videos go live. Links to everything down below. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you next time.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
This is
Adam Vale.
Good weekend, everybody.
And Brian Monjoma.
See you later, people. Stay safe.
Yeah, right. Cash out on OnlyFans now while you can, you know. All right, people. See you on Sunday. Peace out.
Chicken.
Laters.